12.6 Multiplication of polynomials. We will multiply polynomials by a monomial, multiply two polynomials, and use the FOIL method to multiply two binomials. Okay, let's look at our first one here. We've got negative 4x multiplied to the x squared minus 3x plus 12. We're going to take this negative 4x and we're going to distribute it to everything on the inside here. Okay, and it's going to look like this. So if I start rewriting this, I'm going to have negative 4x, okay, multiplied by x squared. And then I'm going to have this negative 4x multiplied by the negative 3x. And then I'm going to have the negative 4x multiplied by 12. Okay, notice here, if we got negative 4x, okay, multiplied by the x squared, okay, remember when we're multiplying these guys, we can add their bases, so that's going to be a negative 4x to the third, okay, minus, okay, I've got this negative 4 multiplied by this positive negative here, that's going to make that a positive, so that's going to be a 12x squared, okay, and then I've got this negative and negative again. Sorry, I've got a negative and a positive here, so that's going to give me a negative. Well, 4 times 12 is going to be 12, 24, 36, and then a 48. And then we just go ahead and keep the negative 48 in there, okay, with the x. Okay, remember what I did here. Remember these x's here. Remember this is the power of 1. Remember, so you're going to have x1 plus 2, and here you'd have x1 plus 1. Okay, let's not forget our rules of exponents in here. Okay, so let's continue on, and we'll look at another one here. Okay, we've got negative 3x squared multiplied to x squared plus 12x minus 5. Let's take this 3x squared and let's go ahead and do the same thing again. We're going to multiply everything into that 3x squared into this parenthesis here. Okay, so we could rewrite that as 3x squared multiplied by x squared, 3x squared multiplied to the, oops, my brain wanted to do a 1 and 2 at the same time, 12x, and then the 3x squared multiplied to the negative 5. Okay, notice here we're just going to go and just keep that 3 there. I've got x squared and x squared, which is going to give me the 2 plus 2 is going to give me x to the 4th. I've got 3x squared times 12, that's going to be 12, 24, and 36. That's going to be a positive 36. And then I'm going to have x to the 3rd. And then I've got 3 times negative 5, which is going to give me a negative 15. And then I'm just going to have that x squared just kind of go along for the ride. And so that would be our final answer, 3x to the 4th plus 36x to the cubed minus 15x squared. Okay, let's do another problem here. And I've got 2x minus 4 and then 5x plus 3. This we're going to do what they call the FOIL method. Okay, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to multiply here to here, then here to here, here to here, and then here to here. Being very careful, okay? So notice I've got 2x multiplied by 5x, okay? That's going to give me 10x squared. Then I've got this 2x multiplied by 3, okay? Well, that's going to be a positive, okay? 3 times 2 is 6, and keep the x. Then I've got this negative 4 multiplied by 5, which is going to give me minus 20, and then keep the x. And then I've got negative 4 times positive 3, which is going to give me a negative 12. Well, notice I still need to combine like terms in the middle. I'm going to have positive 6 minus, okay, 20. So my final answer here is going to be 10x squared. Well, 6 minus 20 is going to give me a negative 14x minus 12. And that would be our final answer for this. This would be nice and simplified. Let's do another one here. Okay, we're going to multiply all of these together, okay? Which means you're just going to have to be very, very, very careful on this one, okay? This is once again the FOIL method, and then once we get to the very end, I'll kind of explain what the FOIL, there's a acronym for what the FOIL stands for. Okay, so let's come in here first, and I'm going to be very intentional how I do this. I'm going to do this one step at a time. So notice I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to FOIL this guy first. Okay, so when we do that, notice I'm not doing anything with this last term yet. I'm going to have x times x, which is going to give me x squared, okay, then plus 2x. And then right here I have a negative 5 times x, which is going to give me negative 5x. Then I got negative 5 times positive 2, which is going to give me a negative 10. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and need to combine like terms here. So I got positive 2 minus 5, which is going to give me x squared. Okay, notice 2 minus 5 is going to give me a negative 3x minus 10. Well, now I need to come in here and go ahead and put down that negative 1 now. Okay, the x minus 1. Go ahead and come in here, and I'm going to go ahead and multiply this guy to here. But actually, you know, if you want to make this more simple, you can come in here and erase this. And let's think of this the other way. Take this x, and you're going to multiply it to here, to here, to here, and then take the 1 and do the same thing. Okay? And then we go ahead and combine like terms. So here I've got x squared times x, which is going to give me x to the third. And then I'm going to have x times negative 3, which is going to give me negative 3x squared. And then I'm going to have a minus 10x. Now I've got this negative 1, which is going to come in here. I've got negative 1 times x squared, which is going to give me negative x squared. And then that's going to give me a positive 3x, and then a positive 10. Okay, now we need to combine like terms. Do I have any other x thirds anywhere? No. Okay, so I can just carry that guy down. Usually what I'll do is I'll mark him out, or like before, you notice how I've used different colors. Now looking through here, I've got negative 3x squared minus x squared, which is going to give me minus 4x squared. These guys can cancel. These guys are gone. Okay, now I have negative 10x plus 3. Well, that's going to give me a negative 7x. Okay, well, that guy's all taken care of. And then final, I've just got this plus 10 that's left. And so that would be what everything would look like when it's all simplified. And you've been hearing me say the word FOIL, and this is basically kind of a good little meaning of what this means. And what I'm going to show you here, the FOIL stands for, let me kind of get my pen out here. Okay, this part right here, the FOIL, is going to be called the first, and then outside, and then inside, and then right here, last. And you're going to see other methods of doing this, but I think the FOIL method is the best way to do it. I don't tend to teach any other way, just because we're going to be using that a whole lot.